Said I'm all about it. Yeah.
If you are painting your dream cast for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills going into next season, because we've already filmed the reunion. I've talked to two of the housewives now from Beverly Hills. I know a few things that happened at the reunion. Apparently it wasn't as eventful as we thought. It's really just a Kathy Hilton takedown, but Kathy Hilton knew what was coming. So I'm excited about that. However, if you could give us the cast for next season, say Bravo came to you and they're like, Ryan, we're putting this in your hands.
Yeah.
You decide.
You decide. You were playing Bravo God.
This is perfect. Okay. Not a lot of changes, actually. The only change. Okay. So not a lot of changes, but an addition or two. We get Erica Jane out. There really isn't anything. I don't think there's any more meat on that bone. She's going to be dealing with lawsuits potentially for the rest of her life. And, even if she didn't have anything in, I don't think she was there signing the Girardi Keys checks. I think, John, like our fellow, performing artist, John Hamm said this week on Howard Stern, these earrings were never yours, sweetie. If you really think about it, like she's going to be in a world of hurt for a long time. I don't necessarily know if her journey is going to be fascinating to watch or where, because I really don't like this year. She talks about getting dick so much on the show, but why don't we see a gentleman caller? Why don't we even see a shadowy figure in a bedroom? Why don't you open up that part of it? I'm even tired of hearing about your law struggles. Let's see all of this stuff that you tell us you're doing, but we don't see. And if you're not going to do that, get off.
Well, most people argue that it's not her storyline. She's living Tom Girardi's storyline on the show. And
well, Lisa Rinna's living everybody else's storyline on the show.
Is true.
She doesn't really have her own storyline. But I would keep Lisa. I would add Kim Richards, and I would add Denise Richards. I would add both of those ladies back onto the cast. And that's unfair then, because you would probably need Erica Jane there because it would be a Rinna takedown season. So you would need Rinna to have somebody to back her up. So
no, they still have the rest of the Foxfo 4. They still have
that dude, Kyle. I feel like Kyle and Dorit, they read temperatures of the room.
Oh, yeah.
And
they flip-flop.
Dorit has stood up for Eric and all that stuff, but I have a feeling eventually even PK's like, hey, get to the other side. Come on. We got projects to fund. Come on. I don't know. I want to see Rinna takes pride in taking other people down. I don't think anybody can argue that. I'm not saying I don't personally love it, but it's not necessary. It's good TV, but we've never really gotten to the point where, Rinna has been taken down. And the moment Rinna feels like she is being taken down, she screams louder than anybody else. That's it's almost like a tactic. You studied acting, she switches tactic to she's the victim. But I feel like we need finally, it's like the ghost of Christmas past to all come in and say, this is what you did to me. You got Denise. You tried to screw this up with me, and I told you something personal, and you use it against me. You got Kim Richard. You said I was almost dead with drugs. I actually do have a substance abuse problem that I've struggled with my whole life, but you used it against me. You have all of these people come in to show that this lady, and listen, this is like Darth Vader. There might be some good left in Lisa. Nobody is irredeemable. Nobody, I would love to see Lisa. Okay, I recognize, and not just the BS that she does. And then the next episode, she turns it around and gets angry again. I don't know. I want Lisa there again. But the rest of it,
holding her accountable though would be so genius if we brought in. You're right, and then Kim Richards would come in with such a vengeance too. Watching
a vitriol,
watching the way that Lisa Rinna is treating Kathy Hilton this season. Kim
and it might also, it also might not deflate is the right word, but it might also temper Kyle a little bit because Kyle has been there from day one. She's the OG of the OGs. She has survived all of this time, but her sister really affects her and Kim really affects her. It would be interesting because Kyle, when she gets on her heels, she gets really panicky. We just want Kyle to be happy and wear fun hats. And that's her joy in life. But she can see, I want to get a Kimosabi, a cowboy hat now, but no, I would do all of them. I would potentially, and this hurts me because I've really liked her this last episode or something, but it really goes episode to episode. I don't know how much longer we have with Crystal, but only I want to say this because she seems like the most normal out of all of these ladies. And I mean that as a compliment in that her kids seem awesome. I know there's an age difference with her husband, but they seem like they have a loving relationship. She always kind of makes sense to me. She does have the battle with her ED, which of course is just so I'm so happy that she has actually talked about it because it does help so many people. But sometimes I feel like she's so level-headed that unless she is doing what she did in these past 2 episodes where she's going like, no, Erica, I want that crystal to keep coming up because we need that voice of reason. But other than that, it's sometimes to me so static. But I also think that means she will have potentially the best real life of all of those ladies, her actual life, not the one we see on TV. Her actual life will be better than all of those ladies. And Sutton is my love. She's wild and kooky, but
so you're slutting for Sutton.
Yeah, I'm a slut. Listen, I've tried to ask Sutton out.
I love this cast though. I think that, everyone always says they want Lisa Vanderpump to come back, or and then she would make the show.
That would be nice someday.
I would too.
I love Lisa. Actually, I'm not a negative Lisa person. Like I find it so funny, and you guys get that too, of like how passionate it does remind me of sports, of how much we root for our teams. Like I'm like, I don't like Ren and Erica, but other than that, I'm pretty okay with everybody from every cast. Like there's moments where I'm like, okay, Candace and Monique still like gnaws at me from Potomac. I wish Monique would have stayed as well as Candace. There are things that gnaw at me, but I can kind of go back and forth, or kind of, one season like somebody and the next season not like somebody, which I find like pro wrestling, and it's kind of fun. But I don't get like sometimes the Lisa hate of like, never again. I'm like, what is going on in your life that you're like, is it the Radar Online stuff? What is it?
She still stays so relevant on the show. I mean, just
they don't
this week, I think they're playing a clip of her, and last week they played a clip, and every week we're talking about Lisa Vanderpump on the show, and
I want her there rather than Vanderpump Rules. Keep it the name, but like they would always, the last season, they would slow down the show to explain what's happening to Lisa. It would be like, Lisa, here's what happened this last week. And the audience had already seen it. So we're like, why are we slowing down the show just to explain it to Lisa? We already know what's up. Lisa, you're a legend. Like, but unfortunately, even Ken is staying in the car these days. Like Ken wasn't even getting out of the Rolls Royce or the Bentley. She'd be like popping to a party and be like, where's Ken? He's waiting in the car for me. Like, that's like, Ken was like, I'm even over this, And you guys have personal relationship with them. So, I just find it from a viewer standpoint, that's how it sometimes would come off, that we would slow things way down so we could catch somebody up. And I'm like, you already know what's going on, Lisa. I know how these shows work. This is the scene where we explain to Lisa what's going on, But on Beverly Hills, she could kill it.
In a nutshell, and Vanderpump Rules. Oh, I feel like this is wild because, like you said, with Bravo, you have a whole community and people who just love this. And I feel like we could sit here and just dish on Bravo all day. But that's why I'm so excited, because now we know that in 2.5 weeks, we're going to see you at BravoCon. We're going to have to meet up. Let's grab some Casa del Sol. Okay, because Rent a Wine doesn't exist yet. So we'll grab some Casa del Sol.
Yeah. Listen, I got to make it through the whole weekend. I can't drink Reno Rosé. That'll knock me out probably the first day. That's rat poison, you guys. I'm joking.
He's kidding. Rena, don't get so upset. If you do, just tweet about him. Just tweet about
own it if it is.
Yeah, just own it. So, I can say Vanderpump Rosé is absolutely delicious, but I'm not biased here. But with
I bought Vanderpump Rosé once just to get the bottle for my sad collection of reality show merchandise. Yeah.
It's honestly, it's so delicious. I feel like I drank that for like 2 years. It was my
Adam used to drink it like water. So let's be honest.
Okay.
Good morning. Oh, what are you having to drink? Some coffee? No, Vanderpump Rosé. It's like, really?
No, bitch. I did not.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, I did.
We need Vanderpump creamer for your coffee. Speaking of that would be nice. Like a French vanilla or something.
Like a Vanderpump.
Yeah, just half a teaspoon gets you drunk.